Good evening. My name is Heather Bacher, and along with my colleague, Ian Savitz, we will be your MCs for tonight's event. We are starting off this evening with a vocal performance by Christabel Braden. After suffering a traumatic brain injury, she has fought back to become an award-winning singer, songwriter, and brain injury advocate. She is here this evening to perform her song, A Different Kind of Warrior. Please give a warm welcome to Christabel Braden.
I always thought a warrior was someone standing tall, someone fearless, someone brave, someone who'd never fall. But I hurt, I feel weak, I have pain, I can't speak. Yeah, I struggle and I bleed, I have fears I can't beat. But maybe I always had it wrong. What if the strongest fighters are the ones who don't feel strong? I'm a different kind of warrior. You might not see me fight, but I know that I'm victorious every day that I'm alive. Even if nobody sees it, I will choose to keep believing. My story is not over. I'm a different kind of warrior. Putting on my armor as I lay my burdens down, letting go, give God control and see Him all around. Yes, I hurt, I feel weak, I have pain, I can't speak. Yeah, I struggle and I bleed, I have fears I can't beat. But maybe I always had it wrong. What if my strongest weapon is a true and honest song? I'm a different kind of warrior. You might not see me fight, but I know that I'm victorious every day that I'm alive. Even if nobody sees it, I will choose to keep believing. My story is not over. I'm a different kind of warrior. My fight might be invisible, but don't think it's not real. I've got faith for a miracle, trusting God to heal. So marching into battle, confident of this, He'll finish what He started in me. Yes, I believe I'm a different kind of warrior. You might not see me fight, but I know that I'm victorious every day that I survive. Even if nobody sees it, I will choose to keep believing. My story is not over. I'm a different kind of warrior. Oh, I'm a different kind of warrior.
Thank you, Christabel. Friends, family, nominees, caregivers, sponsors, Annual Achievement Night winners, present and past, welcome to the 29th Annual Achievement Night Awards. This evening, we are going on a journey to explore the 3 lives of our outstanding individuals who have shown more than courage, desire, and perseverance. You're going to see powerful examples of the human spirit, what fierce commitment to physical improvement entails, and also the desire to improve our lives on a daily basis. We're here tonight to get a glimpse into the journeys and lives of our illustrious winners, to examine the incredible obstacles that they must overcome, and to also thank the village of support that it takes to face those challenges from a life-changing injury, illness, or disability. Joe, Laura, and Mike, thank you for the opportunity to share your light with us this evening. In the 28 Annual Achievement Nights, we have awarded 83 individuals. It is my pleasure to introduce the 84th individual, Joe D'Angelo.
Well, Joe, being a normal son that he was, the year 2014 shocked everyone in the family, where we got a call that he was unconscious, and his wife called to say that he had to be rushed to the hospital because she didn't know what happened. They found him laying on the floor. The ambulance came and they took him to the hospital, local hospital, and they saw that he needed more care, so they flew him by helicopter to the University of Pennsylvania. There he was sedated into a coma, which he was in for 40 days. Being in a coma, they weren't sure how he was going to come out of it because his heart stopped and he lost a lot of oxygen to his brain. So he has an anoxic brain injury. As a family, we said we would take a chance, and whatever comes about, we will stick with him and do what we can if he survives. So after the 40th day, coming out of the coma, he wasn't able to talk. He didn't have much movement, but he was alive. So with the care and the therapy and everything, you know, he came along slowly, and he was able to finally recognize who we were, and we had to decide what to do and where he had to go. So by bringing him home, Joe was always active in gym, and he was always active exercising. So I knew he loved to do that. So we started going to the gym, and we did home therapy, and we had home therapy there to help him. But we were determined by going to the gym and reading up on how exercise and just therapy in general would help someone's well-being. So I think from there, I saw the improvement in him, that there were just micro improvements that he was having. And I'm thinking to myself, someday he is going to walk. He was eventually able to sit and stand, not stand, but actually this year crawl. So he's progressed to a point where his fighting back now has got him stepping with the walker more and the cane more, and just doing things that are challenging to him. His faith in Christ and his prayers from all people that he knows has been answered to why he's where he's at today.
Do a lot of praying for people in need, hurting and suffering. That's what I do. Outside of here, but they ask for prayers, I help them. You know, God's grace is sufficient for them. He's leaning on prayers. I do that a lot.
He's a miracle in the making. and it's all his fight, and we're there to support him. And fighting back is just as supportive as a parent would be. You know, they're there just as much as I'm there. So it can only help him know that someone is there for him at all times. He never was one to brag about what he does or did, but to be recognized by others, it does make his heart happy that someone is seeing his progression and that he's happy about that.
Tom Haas, my dad's friend, I'm grateful to him. He gave me funded money to come help me out. I'm grateful to Tom as well.
Ready?
My dad's just one of a kind, because he, man, I can't say much so much to say about that. He's awesome. I mean, I can't be more happy than the dad God gave me. I mean, it's amazing. I love him, Father. He supports me day and night. He helps me a lot. I mean, I would do without him. He's awesome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Austin. I am Joe's trainer, and I nominated Joe D'Angelo for the 29th Annual Achievement Night. We are all here tonight to honor those for their dedication and perseverance to overcome, their drive to be better. We are here to honor those willing to fight back. I hear myself say those words, and I remember how hard it was to pick my nominations. Everyone who comes into the gym is going against the odds and pushing themselves as hard as they can. Joe was 33 when his life changed. As you just heard, he was resting in his home when he went into cardiac arrest and fell into a coma due to lack of oxygen to his brain. The doctors did not think he would make it, or if he did, his quality of life would be poor. His family was asked to decide Joe's fate. But they did not give up on him, and he woke after 38 days. To fully understand what Joe has achieved, you have to know where he started. To me, Joe is an inspiration. He's inspired me to keep pushing, never give up, and to always try new things. Every time Joe comes into the gym, he has a smile on his face and he's laughing. He is always open to trying new things and always goes the extra mile. So much so that I have to remind him that he has to rest some days, and doing 100 squats post-bathroom break, it's not necessary. But that's how Joe is. He's relentless in his path to recovery. He will not give up, and he would keep pushing until he reaches his goals. That is why I nominated Joe. Congratulations, buddy. Thank you. Left. Good. Podium's right to your left, dude. Pause. Yep. Reach to your left.
I see.
Yep, I got it. Left hand. There you go.
Okay, that's it.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, go. Heavenly Father, Lord Jesus Christ, thank you for your grace and mercy. Thank you for dying on the cross for our sins so we had life. Lord, thank you for Austin, his love, his support, and helping me walk better in my life. And Lord, thank you for us fighting back scholarship program, people have a better life. Thank you for Tom and Bradley and the generous donation. And Lord, thank you for my brother Scott and brother Andrew, their love support. and help me better steps in life. I pray for my therapist, Susanna, and her love support, and my therapist, Amy, as well. And Lord, I have to remember my Uncle Billy, and let me think. Uncle Mario, and they died. They passed away, and they died. And I'm grateful for all the help they've done in my life. I'm so grateful. I have a promise to heaven to meet them again one day. And Lord, thank you for all the people that helped me my whole life. Thank you for your grace and mercy, the love and support all my life. Amen.
Have a seat right behind you.
Caregivers are the backbone of the Fighting Back Scholarship Program. And now we would like to honor our second Caregiver Award. I would like to introduce you to an extraordinary mother, father, and family. They are awesome sauce.
We're here for you. Because you're going to be honored at this year's annual achievement. Congratulations. Great job.
Get back to work now?
Yep, keep working hard. Back to work.
I nominated Katie for a lot of reasons. She really epitomizes the whole idea of perseverance and courage. She's been through a lot. Sometimes I forget about how much she's been through because she has such a positive attitude. She is an inspiration to everyone here in the gym. Everyone, all different abilities. She inspires everybody she encounters. She has good words to say. She's always coaching people and making them laugh and making them smile.
When Katie was 15, Thanksgiving weekend, she was in a car accident on a Sunday evening around 9:30 at night. We got the phone call that she was being medevac to Lehigh Valley Hospital. We rushed up there. I have to say that whole evening was surreal. The first time we saw her was she was taken from the emergency room up to the ICU, and she had tubes coming out of her everywhere, and she was in a coma.
She was asleep during her 16th birthday. We were all there in the room at the hospital.
It happened on November 30th. She was discharged from there on New Year's Eve and transferred down to Bryn Mawr Rehab Hospital. She was there for 6 months. It took a long time for her to even start responding from her coming out of her coma. She's worked really hard. She couldn't hold her head up. She couldn't...
Oh, she's amazing. I think she's amazing.
She couldn't sit up. She had no balance. It's just amazing where she is today is where she started off. And that is because of all the support she has had.
So Katie has a superpower. What is it?
To make people smile.
It does, it works. Yep. They walk by, and anytime they walk by and she talks to them, they smile. A common denominator with a lot of these people who are successful and happy, and they have a good support group, and she has a phenomenal family. I've gotten to know them. They are extremely involved in everything she does. Since I've been working with her, I know her mother brings her here every week, also takes her to many other activities. And we have started doing a lot of activities through another organization I am affiliated with. So she's been rock climbing, surfing, skiing, and and her parents are always on board to bring her and to stay with her and coach her and encourage her. When we went down to the Life Rolls On surfing event, she had her sister, her brother-in-law, her nephew and niece, her parents, her aunt, many other family members and friends of the family, and they all came down and cheered her on. It's just usually a big party with her.
She deserves it. She's
She's fighting.
she's been fighting this for 15 years, and she has always done it graciously. You know what I mean? She's always just been determined. Determination is.
She's always got a smile on her face.
You know,
I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, you're too sweet. There's a lot of people behind that, right?
Yeah.
Not just me, it's also that lady there. Yes. You totally deserve it.
you deserve it.
Thank you.
Kristen, Steve, Ruth, Steve Jr., hopefully you're watching on our live stream. About 3 years ago, in the midst of the pandemic shutdown, Marty's trainer at the time, Katie's trainer at the time, Marty, asked me if I would be able to take on Katie as her primary trainer. I very enthusiastically said yes. Since I was alone, I probably jumped up and down for joy, maybe clicked my heels too. Need I say why? I think the video probably showed it all. But in those 3 years, getting to know you, Katie, and you, Steve, and Kristen, and Ruth, and all of your family, you've shown me so much. You bring it every week for her, for our community. You bring commitment. You bring love through adversity, through hardship. You consistently bring it. And for that and so much more, this is so well deserved. You all are just simply awesome sauce with a cherry on top and maybe
Some whipped cream.
thank you. I love you all.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for making this a record-setting turnout. It's hard to believe that 3 years ago we couldn't have this night. Last year we had close to 480 people, and tonight over 500 people. So it's by far the largest annual achievement night in our history. So thank you all for the support. My name is Kevin Connor. I'm a board member of the Fighting Back Scholarship Program for the past 20 years. And in volunteer work, sometimes you feel you're done, you've had enough, you've seen it all, and then you come to this night and you say, you can never stop, you can never, as long as these people fight back, you can be here helping them fight back. So it's just a fabulous, fabulous program and proud to be part of it. My role tonight is to recognize our executive level sponsors and tonight's event sponsor. But before I do that, I want to let everybody know that our 50-50 is currently at $3,500. So if you want to be a part of that, there are people walking around the room. Raise your hand. They can come to your table. If you haven't bought a 50-50 raffle or you want to buy more because of where the pot is, please do. But again, just raise your hand, and there are people walking around. We'll get them to your table, and I think they're here. One's here in the way back. You got people up here? Oh, come on, Kai, up here. So anyhow, thank you again. Let me recognize our executive level sponsors, and these are the people like you that make tonight happen year in and year out. There's 21 of them this year, so please no applause until I get to the end. The Around the Table Foundation, the Baxter Family Foundation, Alan Myers, thank you. The Beeman Family Foundation, Brubaker Family, Carol Schmershaw and Scott Aldrich, David and Susan Barnes, Ed Gold, Friends of Ozzy, Helen and Dick Lehman, Intern U, John and Rosemary Dieterich, Mainline Health, Melissa Nathanson, Patrice and Jeff Grossman, the Peter Kinsley Fund. Hello. There they are. Piazza Subaru of Limerick, Stillwater Capital Advisors, the Wild Game Dinner, which I've yet to make, and TrueMark Financial. To the executive level sponsors, thank you very much for all of your support. Tonight's event sponsor is very special to the Connor family. I mentioned a few years ago at this event that Fighting Back's starting to hit home. We have a relative who joined the program. I had a friend I grew up with who was part of the program. They were both honored 7 or 8 years ago. We have another family member here tonight who's an honoree. But this family, the Geyer family, we all grew up together. And they've been part of the Fighting Back family and supportive of Fighting Back for years and years. And I think almost all of them are here. Dick and Joyce Geyer, who I can only refer to as Mr. and Mrs. Geyer. I can't call them Dick and Joyce, so Mr. Geyer, please accept that. Raised 9 children in Wayne, Pennsylvania. Those 9 kids all went to St. Catherine's of Siena grade school, as did all of the Connors. They all went to Archbishop Carroll High School, as 5 of the 7 Connors did. And we were all intertwined. I think at any time, given time, I was in school with 7 of the 9 Geyers. And to have them here year in and year out, but this year in particular, it's long overdue. I just want to thank the Geyer family in total for all of your long-term support of the Fighting Back Scholarship Program. Thank you. Now, last but not least, you've seen part of the program so far. We've got more to come. On everybody's table is a tent card. And on the tent card is a QR code that you can scan with your phone. It's just a quick, easy way for anybody that wants to make a donation to the program. You can do it right here on your phone at your table tonight. So for that, again, thanks everybody, and let's enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you.
The Peter Kinsley Fighting Back Scholarship was created by Amy, Randy, and Rick and the Kinsley family in honor of Peter. In Peter's fight against cancer, he showed outstanding courage, desire, and perseverance, just like our program. His motto was, "The only easy day was yesterday." Our 86th winner is this year's Peter Kinsley Scholarship recipient and one heck of a boxer, Laura Geisler.
What is Huntington's disease? Huntington's disease is an inherited disorder that causes nerve cells, neurons, in parts of the brain to gradually break down and die. The disease attacks areas of the brain that help to control voluntary movement, as well as other areas. Its symptoms are progressive, and the result is cognitive, mental health, and movement issues. As Pam Peters, Laura's mom, shared, Huntington's disease is correctly categorized as one of the cruelest diseases you've probably never heard of. It's a combination of ALS, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's all rolled into one. There is no cure.
her life, as well as ours, changed dramatically. She went from working full-time to sitting on the couch at home watching TV.
With your dog, as I remember.
With her dog.
With your dog.
Kay.
What's your dog's name?
Kay.
Callie.
Callie?
He can.
Yeah. So, you know, life really kind of stopped. This place, it just has given her a home and a purpose and workouts. And it's just, we really weren't able to do much of anything.
One of the amazing stories about this is that you found out about this through one of our board members. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Patty's our cousin.
So,
she's our cousin.
So my aunt, Marie Collins, was walking with her sister, Patty Bosco, and we had just told the family about Laura's definitive diagnosis and, you know, what was happening with us at home. And we had no idea. And her and Patty were like, well, what about fighting back? And I didn't know about it. And so had they not been talking on a walk, and had we not been public with a lot of people with this diagnosis sometimes keep it to themselves.
Yes,
But because of that, Patty acted, and just the community, and next thing I know, we had a meeting set up with you, but you literally are like 2 blocks away from us, and we just didn't know.
Each week, what does this program mean to her as far as each week when she's getting ready to come to work out?
So there's times where Laura sometimes doesn't want to do things, and just in life in general, but this, I always say it, is never one of them, ever. We get to come 3 days a week, which is just, we're just incredibly grateful. And she loves it, and she's always ready, and I cannot be home late.
I know.
And it's gym day.
I know.
That's awesome.
There's times that Laura's maybe been a little down, and I'll come in and tell Anna or Rachel she's having kind of a down day. And they're like, we got it. And when I pick her up 30 minutes later, she's laughing, smiling, and it's just magical.
What do you see in her fight?
Determination, bravery. She's very brave.
I am
You're not?
I am one.
You are.
And what about Mom? What do you have to say to Mom?
I love her.
You love her?
Yeah.
She's been a pretty good support to you, hasn't she?
Love you too.
And she keeps coming up, kicking butt every week.
I love you.
I know you love it here.
You love boxing too, right?
Yes, we heard about your boxing.
I
We'll probably be some pictures of your boxing in this video.
There's a smile.
Yeah, girl. Love that your gloves match your shirt today.
What truly is amazing to me is after 35 years, one thing never changes. We deal with very, very unbelievable situations where most people would never be able to handle what it takes to deal with this as an individual or as a caregiver. But here in this gym, in this wonderful community of support, people find joy. They find laughter to continue on. And that is something I'm so blessed to see.
All right, you ready to wrap around?
You just
follow.
You got me.
Oh, all the way.
What are you doing?
Good. This is the last one I'll make you do, okay? Deal? Yeah? Make Mom gets Rita's after. Deal?
American Austin. Yeah, he's just casually walking around.
Good. Extend the leg. Good. Come on. Yeah, I know. Very clear here. Exaggerate. Laura's just like, yeah.
Good evening. My name is Rachel, and I am the site director for the Fighting Back program. Laura deserves the Annual Achievement Award for one major reason. She does not let a disability define her. Laura has overcome obstacles, broken through barriers, and never lets the actions of others break her smile. Not only should her attitude and hard work be recognized, but also her willingness to try new exercise programs. One of the best parts about being Laura's trainer is that she never holds back. To keep it short and simple, Laura deserves this award because she is the type of person that motivates me to do better. This Rita Waters ice lover, pop rap music listener, and sunbather extraordinaire shows empathy, honesty, and compassion to everyone in the Fighting Back community.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anna, and I have been a trainer with the Fighting Back program for 2 years. I began my journey with the company as an intern, and there I met some of the most inspiring clients, and I learned about their struggles and perseverance. Laura deserves this award because although there are many challenges, her resilience allows her to fight back. Laura is sarcastic and witty and carefree. She is also powerful and never turns down a chance to put her gloves on and knock Austin out. Laura may be small, but don't let that fool you. Laura is limitless. Thank you.
Sure. Good evening. If you would have told me 10 years ago that my daughter would develop a disease so cruel that it would progressively rob her of her life as we knew it, a disease we had never even heard of, Huntington's disease, I would have said no way. If you would have told me she would then lose a job that she loved, lose the ability to drive her car, and be unable to work out on her own at her gym that she loved, I would have said no way, not in our family. If you would then tell me that my cousins and family and friends and Chrissy would become some of her best friends and supporters, I'm listening. If you would then tell me that she would find a community of help and support that is actually in our neighborhood and be able to work out with wonderful trainers in an incredibly uplifting gym 3 days a week, I would say she did, and it's called Fighting Back. Laura went from sitting on the couch every day to waking up on Fighting Back days, as she calls them, with a purpose and a reason to get up with a smile. How lucky are we that scholarships are provided for those who truly are in need, not only of the expert physical therapy that Fighting Back trainers provide, but also the mental support of feeling like she belongs somewhere that motivates her to never give up, to fight back. Your donations and ongoing financial support are some of the reasons that my daughter has a place to go every week and fight this horrible disease. I hope if you ever question your part in this magical place, that you will think of Laura and all of the other courageous fighters that are here. We are so grateful to Scott, the board, the wonderful trainers, and to anyone who has ever donated any amount of time or money. And as a parent, I am eternally grateful for your generosity. Laura would like to say one thing.
Thank you. I love you.
Say it again, in the mic.
Thanks. I love it here.
Thank you. She loves it here. Good job.
Laura, come. Piper Kinsley, Peter's daughter, would like to present Laura with this year's award. At this time, Piper Kinsley would like to pick the 50-50 raffle winner for this evening. Hello, 50/50 raffle winner. In the meantime, I only know one joke. It involves animals and sports. What do you do with an elephant that has 3 balls? You walk them and you pitch to the giraffe. That's what you do. Sorry, there's a little bit of a delay in getting the raffle bucket this evening. That's the best that I can do. So, whichever name we pick out of the raffle this evening, please wait till the end of the vet to pick up your winnings. Or perhaps you may donate those winnings. No, you're going to do it. Lindsay Babe is this evening's winner. Lindsay Babe. Thank you. Our final winner for this evening, and someone very special to my heart, is our 86th winner, Mike Myers. You know I nominated you for your Annual Achievement Award.
Wow.
And guess what?
Nice.
You're the winner, my friend.
Oh my God. All right.
Congratulations, Mike.
Yes.
Michael!
Yes, yes.
Hey, Michael!
Graduated high school, eventually joined the Navy. Started off, it was a great experience. I got to travel the world. I've been around the world 4 times. Served over a support team for multinational peacekeeping force over in Beirut, Lebanon, when they were having their controversy. I was there October 23rd, 1983, 5:13 a.m. in the morning when terrorists decided to blow up our Marine Corps barracks, in which a few hundred of my friends, my brothers, my brothers were killed, and definitely a few hundred more were injured. Did all we could, the best we could. Eventually got out of the military. The day my son was born changed my life. I missed his appointment 6 months later and realized that I had to change. So I did. I got clean and sober. I got clean and sober. Went to a program. They offered me structured living. I said, I'll take it. They offered me to go to Florida for a couple months. I'll take it. Whatever they had that was going to better my situation, I took it. My life changed. I became a father. I became a son. I became a brother. I became a businessman. I became a coach. All these things, all these just miraculous things just started taking place in my life. And I started also helping other people who had lived like I lived and needed to change and wanted to change. 4.5 years ago, I like motorcycles. Love motorcycles, always have. And I ride. And as I got older, you start changing. Like you start doing things differently. But for whatever reason, just one day, I made a bad move at a bad time. And I wound up with some bad results. So later I found out I had a broken neck. I had a bruised spinal cord. I had an open pelvic fracture. And I had 2 dislocated knees, which left me, I'm considered quadriplegic because of the damage that has done to all 4 of my extremities. When the pandemic kicked in, I was in a nursing home. It literally went on lockdown. So I was literally locked in a room. You were locked in a room. Around the clock, you couldn't leave, you couldn't go out, you couldn't go to the pavilion, you couldn't go outside. You were literally locked up in a room. While I was trying to get an eval to go to Bryn Mawr, the facility would not allow me to get the eval that I needed. Well, little did they know that I knew this individual named Bill. Well, no, I can't say that I knew because I hadn't even met this man yet. Nurses that do the eval started showing up at the rehab, giving me these evals to see about getting me admitted in Bryn Mawr. Now, of course, the facility was having a hard time trying to figure out who I was that these doctors or these nurses were coming over to get to eval me when they were fighting against it. And I told them I was no one. I was son of God that, just tries to live right, do the right thing, and somebody's trying to make some things happen. Well, eventually I got to go to Bryn Mawr for what I thought was an eval. And I went there to check in, and they were telling me that I was at the wrong place, that I needed to go to admissions. To my chagrin, why am I going to admissions? They says, well, don't you know you're getting admitted here today? That damn Bill Orr. Excuse me. I wound up getting admitted that day into Bryn Mawr rehab for inpatient for the next, I guess it was 2 months. He's an angel that walks on earth, man. He's been my guiding light through this whole thing. He's been my advocate, he's been my fighter, he's been my champion, he's been my father, he's been my brother, he's been my friend. So Fighting Back kicked in, and my trainer, Heather, suggested that we do virtual thing. They said that they offer that also, that I could do virtual via my phone in my room. So I quickly jumped on that. My trainer, she showed up with a gym bag with weights, with resistance bands, with comic books, with coloring books, all these things that we had talked about that I like doing. So not only was she concerned about my physical aspect of working out stuff, she was obviously thinking about my mental aspect and my mental well-being, which I find pretty phenomenal and actually touching, you know what I mean? Because Fighting Back is not only concerned, their concern is very broad. It's not just about coming to the gym and working out. It's about your mental, it's about your physical, it's about your emotional, it's about your spiritual. It's across the board, and scholarships, so they're even concerned financially. You know what I mean? So it's just a hell of a program that hits on so many different cylinders. I care a lot for people. I always have, and I always will. I always, to go out on my way to do. So when I see other people do it, it touches my heart. So I really, really appreciate not only the things we do within the gym, but push me and help me keep pushing. Those little things too, they amount to so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In 2019, Bill Orr contacted me about becoming a crew member for a naval vet named Mike Myers. Of course, I didn't know much about Mike at the time, only that he was a candidate that was eligible for a Fighting Back scholarship. But what I learned over the years aboard this ship, through a sea of virtual sessions and now back to in-person sessions, is that Mike exhibits more than just courage, desire, and perseverance. When Bill and I informed Mike about his award for this evening, Bill said, "You are a shining light." And Mike, with his humble demeanor and amazing ear-to-ear smile, said one of the most incredibly profound things. He said, "That is just the light filtering down from all of you." Now, I know that about Mike now, but there's a lot of other things I've learned about Mike. He's a great listener. He gives thoughtful, educated advice. He encourages all those in the program around him to fight back, all while staying on his course of determination and hard work, whether that's in sessions with me or working out at home independently with Rita. There's some other things that Mike and I share a love of: sports, gardening, general contracting, and cooking. We exchange intense homemade hot sauces made from our gardens. You haven't had hot until you've had Liberian hot sauce. Thank you, Rita. Listen, it hasn't always been smooth sailing for Mike and I. He is a Dallas Cowboys fan. And I'm well aware that I am wearing Dallas blue this evening. But if you know me, I bleed Eagles green. Yes, we have not always had smooth sailing. There's been rough seas ahead, obstacles in our way. But I know that I enlisted on the right ship with the right first mate, with the necessary tools to reach our destination. And I'm on board for the duration. Mike, congratulations on your Annual Achievement Award.
Thank you so much. I would like to give thanks to God for allowing me to be here and have the opportunity to share this night with all of you. I want to say thank you to my family, to my aide, Rita, who has become my family, to my friends and loved ones. Thank you for all your love, your caring, your support, and your efforts to get me to and from these places, sometimes even at a moment's notice. Thank you. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. I also want to say thank you to Alan Meyer's company for their acknowledgement and support of veterans, including me, for their generous contributions to the Fighting Back Scholarship Program. Give me a hand here. Got it. And to the Fighting Back Scholarship Program, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for selecting me as a participant in your program. And thank you to Scott and all the trainers who make this program possible. I want to say thank you to my trainer, Heather. Thank you for not only being my trainer, but for being my friend. Thank you for your motivation, your support, your understanding, and especially for being a lifeline at when times there didn't seem to be any, especially during my 2-year COVID lockdown in a nursing facility. I can't begin to tell you how important this was for me. And that same consideration continued. Okay. Continued when I left the facility and went home. Heather and I, we talk about everything, but we talked about gardening, how much I used to enjoy planting things and watching them grow. So Heather shows up at my house with these above the ground planters filled with these things that she knew that I loved, and it just provided me with a sense of normalcy. And again, for that, I am truly thankful. thank you. And finally, I want to thank the OR team, Bill and Marie. Bill was made aware of my situation through a mutual friend. And for reasons I still can't explain to this day, they began advocating for me in ways I didn't even know were possible. He saw to it that I received the necessary evaluations so that I could be admitted to Bryn Mawr Rehab, where I could receive the much-needed therapy that I needed. He helped me navigate the housing authority to make sure that, made certain that I had adequate housing to finally leave the facility. He put me in touch with the VA and made sure that I was treated for PTSD, which I had sustained during my tour of duty in Beirut. He also involved me in the Fighting Back Scholarship Program, which brings all of us here tonight. Bill has been my advocate, my champion, and my friend. Words cannot begin to describe the appreciation I have for the OR team. Make no mistake, the boat definitely moves when you have two oars. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
How about a round of applause for Heather, Ian, all of our honorees and their families. I'm back in the VIP section with the trainers, with Celia Palantoni. I saw Celia earlier. Celia, for many years, volunteered her time and pretty much ran this organization. We wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for you, C. Thank you. Could Bill Orr, Marie Orr, and Patty Bosco please stand? Bill, this was not in the script. You can continue to stand. I'm not done yet. We call Bill the community coordinator, but as you can see tonight, he's much more than that. Bill, thank you for always being the heart of our community support. Marie, you got to stand too. To you and Mark for telling these important stories and making amazing videos. Thank you for the years that you've helped us share these stories. And to Patty, to you, your team, to our amazing interns, all-stars, Lily, Libby, and Macy, thank you for making tonight possible. And Patty, thank you for all the extra effort you do to make this night so special. Where are those Stoga girls lacrosse team? To the Conestoga Girls Lacrosse, Amy Orcott, and the Kinsley family, thank you for keeping Peter's fight alive through these scholarships. On your table are flyers of the run they're about to come up. Please sign up for that. We want to get a great turnout there. And it's really a wonderful thing these young girls have done to keep this going year after year after year. To the Geyer family, Doug and Toop, we've been doing this for over 30 years together. Every one of your family members in one way or the other has contributed. Dick, you know how I feel about you as a veteran and great American, but I got to tell you, one of the great Geyer joys I've had is getting to meet the General, Joyce Geyer, and seeing her amazing smile, her determination, and the love that you all have for her. As always, I want to thank Ed Gold and Kevin Connor for being a support for many years and making such a difference in our organization. You too can make a difference tonight. Let's face it, fighting back can affect anyone at any time. Any one of us tonight could face the challenges that we saw. I cannot tell you how much joy you could bring to a scholarship recipient and to their families by making a donation tonight. On your table are QR codes and donation envelopes. Help us to help these families. Thank you. Every year we honor 3 individuals, but many more are nominated. At this time, we'd like to share the pictures of our 12 nominees and pictures of the trainers. They are a dedicated and caring group of people. Let me say that again. They are a dedicated and caring group of people that make a difference every day.
Hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm, there's a golden